Hey, 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 beautiful people. Happy Saturday, y'all. You already know why I'm here, how I do. Just say Michelle, aka the Hope Filler, here to drop something in your evening that I pray blesses and encourages you in some way, shape, or form. Today, I just want to encourage somebody, right, to be encouraged, to not give up. And it's pertaining to we all are probably in a place, right, where we're all praying for something, we are all hoping for something, we are all desiring something. Yeah, there are, and sometimes it's a small thing, and sometimes it's a life thing. And um, a lot of times, I'm gonna say for me personally, right, when there is something that your heart really, really desires, right? And I'm speaking from personal experience, right? It just seems like that is the area where, for me, um, it just seemed like there was the least amount of movement, right? The least amount of action. And even, sometimes when you think like, okay, this is it, you know what I'm saying? You think you could see it, right? And then you get a little closer and it's like, no, another doozy, right? um, and so we can even say counterfeit, right? And sometimes that can cause discouragement, right? Um, yeah, again, I wanna encourage somebody to be encouragement, to be encouraged. I don't care how many times it has looked like it was it, how close you thought you were before, and you know, it just wasn't it, right? Do not let that discourage you. Because when I tell y'all, God is faithful. And a lot of times, and this ain't just none of it's never for feel good. It's never just for some false hope. It's always real. It's always straight from the heart. But then there are times when I'm saying this particular thing because I know for myself, I am blessed to be living it. And it's funny because again, God has really showed up. I'm talking about that prayer, right, y'all, that you have been praying for years. I'm talking about that heart's desire that's like your biggest heart's desire, right? Your biggest heart's desire. That is what I have just gotten released to me in an Ephesians 3:20 type way. Exceedingly and abundantly way, right? You know, and it's funny because again, it seems like that thing, and it's never a thing of doubting God, right? I never doubted God. I never doubted God. The God was good. I never doubted. Um, I do think sometimes there was moments, and it wasn't not because I was a personal thing, like with God in me, but sometimes you just kind of doubt that it's gonna happen for you. But yeah, I'm so grateful, right? That because sometimes, look, there are times in the Bible, right? Many times in the Bible where Jesus said to somebody when he did a thing, he was like, you know what? It's because of your faith. This is being done according to your faith, or it will be done according to your faith. And even though, right, even though that was the area of my life, right? It was just like, yo, what's really going on? Especially when, of course, I don't always get it right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there are sometimes you like I'm doing what I should be doing to the best of my human ability, right? I'm trying to honor God with my life. I'm trying to honor God in this area of my life. And sometimes it seems like, listen, I had better, luck um when I wasn't doing the right thing, right? But we know that's a lie, right? So don't fall for that. And it's just funny because it's like, and so I'm like, God, yo, what's going on? I'm trying to do the right thing, right? And it's funny because it's like, again, it's like, but like, what's going on? What's going on? Everything else is growing, flowing, and glowing and showing up in all these things, but this particular area. And yet, that was just a part of me that was crazy enough, even in moments of doubt, after I was always crazy enough, because sometimes it probably look crazy, right? To just keep believing. There was sometimes I didn't care what voice I heard after crying, after whatever, right? I even had some people say certain things to me like, yeah, whatever, whatever. And there was just that mustard seed faith, y'all. That mustard seed faith, I'm telling you, thank God, because it's real. Because he said, oh, listen, all you need is a mustard seed of faith. And there was a part of me that always had a mustard seed of faith. And like I said, I am in it. And I'm going to release the word that somebody gave to me. And then I'm going to end this thing. So I even shared a couple months ago with somebody who was a safe place to me, right? And I was like, and she knew that this was a desire of my heart. So it was something that I had confided in her about many times, and she had prayed with me, and I know she was praying for me and all these things. And I said to her that morning, I was like, it's not that I doubt God. I said, but it's just crazy. I said, because this is just like, the area of my life that if I believed in luck, and it's just been the area of my life that I just have not seen the best of results, and just being real, right? Just being real. Sometimes it was because of my choices, you know what I'm saying? And then just whatever, right? But I'm like, wow. And she said to me that morning, she said, that is why that is going to be the area that you see God's greatest glory in your life. And when I tell y'all, it is so. So yes, real quick testimony. I am not ready to share it, but it was just to encourage somebody, because again, I know how it can get when things just don't look like, and they don't feel good. And especially, we talk about the waiting and whatever, but yo, he out here doing stuff. He out here doing stuff. He is out here doing stuff. So be encouraged. And again, don't stop believing. Do not stop believing. Hold on to your faith. Hold on to your faith. Because listen, a lot of times it is closer than we think it is. So I love you. God loves you more. Do not forget to love up on somebody, because that truly, truly causes a shift.